Back in 1979, back when I was 7 years old, this Kenner 12-inch Darth Vader figure would have been the business. The best money can buy. And it still is an absolute classic Darth Vader figure. But boy, how things have changed. Welcome to MANDO Collectables. So let's fast forward to 2021, and now this is the best figure money can buy. This is, of course, the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back 1/6 scale Darth Vader figure. This is MMS 572, and I am very lucky to have grabbed this. I missed out on Sideshow, sold out, went into waitlist, and it's been there months, and I thought I'm not going to get one, but thankfully managed to pick one up from Xavi, and here it is. So I'm looking forward to unboxing this one and getting this into the collection. So we'll take a look at the box firstly. And as you can see, it's a standard box, but with an iconic Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader on the front, with the Star Wars logo and a little few details on the bottom, which is the 40th anniversary edition, with obviously the name. And then we'll pan back. And now this outer box is just standard, plain sides, as you can see, and then on the back we have all the whodunits, ifs, whys and whats, and the warnings. Then we'll spin round again to the front, because this is an extra special box, because of course it being the 40th anniversary. So what we'll do is we'll take off the slipcase to reveal this, which is a representation of the original Kenner box that you had back in the 79 basically. And as you can see the figure inside the case with an absolutely iconic Darth Vader pose, and then the original Empire Strikes Back logo on the front with the name tag Darth Vader, and of course then the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back collection series. So this is or does have other figures in the collection, which you might be seeing in a few videos time. So what we'll do is we'll turn it around to the side. Now I'm surprised about that. Now I didn't realise that. I didn't think, and I'm hoping you can take his helmet off like you've seen there, because that looks epic. I didn't think they was going to do that until they did the Return of the Jedi one. So okay, that's interesting. So fantastic pictures on the side. On the back we've got an iconic Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and of course 2 stormtroopers with all, yet again, the warnings and the companies that's dealt with this figure. And then last but not least, an absolutely awesome picture of the figure itself in a fantastic dynamic pose. Really love that figure in this pose, should I say. That is a fantastic picture. And then we'll flick back to the front. So this does flip up and open up, but obviously I can't do that because I'm actually holding the camera as we speak. So what we'll do is I will unbox him, take out all the accessories and take a look at those first, and then we'll take a look at the figure, and then of course pose him and get him into the collection. And here are all of the accessories you get with Darth Vader. Now we'll start with this, because this is still in its packaging, but this is the diorama base that you actually get with him. So this is a pretty big base. It's one of the gantries from Empire Strikes Back, a very iconic scene, which I'm assuming most of us will remember. So I'm looking forward to getting that set up, and you'll see that once the figure's set up. And we'll move over to here. And then we've got, of course, 7 more different pose hands to go with the 2 actually on the figure. Then we've got some batteries, which are dropped absolutely everywhere, and it took me half an hour to find them all. Then we have this, which is a battery-operated light-up function hand. So you can put the saber in the hilt, and then you can have a light-up function on there. A lot of people don't tend to use them, strangely. And then, of course, we have his iconic lightsaber. which looks absolutely fantastic. Then finally, we have the action pose version. So you put this in, so it looks like he's swooshing his lightsaber. I suppose this would look quite good in the lights up function, but I'm just going to use the classic, of course, lightsaber. So that is all of the accessories. Not much, but I think once this is built up, it's going to look absolutely awesome. So we'll move on to the figure, take a look at the figure, and then we'll get everything set up, posed up, and add Darth Vader to the collection. So here he is, Darth Vader from The Empire Strikes Back. And first impressions, he looks an awesome figure. But surprisingly, I kind of expected him to be taller. I don't know why, but I suppose with the scale that he is and the diorama piece that he's going to be standing on, he's going to be quite tall anyway. But regardless, let's move in and take a look at him. And he looks absolutely fantastic. Some awesome detail on the helmet and the mask, down to his bodily front with his body armour. Beautiful silver sheen there. And then down to his control panel. Now, there are figures, obviously, that you can get, earlier figures, where these had light-up functions. These don't, I don't think, which I'm not really too fussed about. And then moving down, of course, and then move his cloak out of the way. And then you can see he's got his iconic boots. But overall, figure-wise, this looks absolutely fantastic. And he's got an absolutely humongous cloak. One thing I would have liked, maybe they might do that in the future, would have been a wired cape. So you could have like put it in like an action pose. But obviously, with the cape he's got at the moment, it is really nice. Lovely felt material. Hangs really well. So there won't be no problem of creasing it and all that. But yeah, I'd love a wire cape on a Vader. Hopefully they might do that with the Return of the Jedi figure. But that is the figure himself. He looks absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously his helmet does come off, so I'll move in close for you. And you can take off his helmet. If I can clip it off without... There we go. His helmet comes off. And it's to show you the detail of the innards of the helmet. And it looks absolutely superb. Now, I did mention there is another variant to this, which is a quarter scale version. And the actual helmet comes off the front as well. And it reveals Darth Vader's original face. So I'm hoping Hot Toys or, you know, themselves do a 1/6 scale version of the Return of the Jedi figure, where you can actually take the full mask off and it reveals the true identity of Darth Vader himself. But I'm really happy with the fact that you can take off the mask. It looks pretty impressive, but I'm going to leave him with the mask on, of course. So rather than try and knock him over, I'll just pan back. And there is Darth Vader himself with his helmet. Let's pop that there. And what we'll do now is I'll set the diorama up and get him into some classic action pose for you and add him to the collection. So here he is, set up in his pose, and possibly one of the most iconic poses in the Star Wars history. And this is, of course, the moment where he tells Luke that he is his father. And this pose just had to be done. It was an iconic pose for this plinth that he's standing on. And I just needed to do this pose. And this will be the pose you'll be staying in. Absolutely. But as you can see, it's an absolute fantastic figure. Not without its trouble, I have to admit that. Firstly, the gloves with obviously the pins that connect the hands. The pins are right at the top of the hand. So trying to connect them to the arm was an absolute pain. Same as this one. The helmet is very loose. Obviously kept on popping off, so I've just put some blue tack underneath that just to keep that sturdy. But apart from that, you know, his posability is okay. As I say, it took me about 40 minutes to get him done properly. But overall, I'm absolutely happy with this figure, the way it is. And it is easily my favourite Vader at this present moment. And hopefully soon they'll bring out a Return of the Jedi figure. And that'll be just as awesome. And I'll definitely be getting that one for the collection. So there he is, guys. That is the 40th anniversary. Empire Strikes Back 1/6 scale Darth Vader. So let's get him on the shelf and add him to the collection. So there he is, Vader himself in the collection. And he's got a cube of his own for the time being, because this guy deserves it. He looks absolutely fantastic. And definitely a great way to start with the OG Star Wars figures. I will be getting a few more in the near future. But they are very expensive to pick up, of course. But I will be picking them up nevertheless over time. But what a great start with this figure. And I'm very, very happy to add him to the collection. So there he is, guys. That is the 1/6 scale 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. And an awesome figure at that. So there we have it. Yet another absolutely awesome figure added to the collection. None other than the man himself, Darth Vader from the Empire Strikes Back. And he's an absolutely awesome figure. Definitely the prize of my collection so far. Really happy that I managed to pick him up and add him to the collection. Because as I say, there's some fantastic OG Star Wars figures out there. And I wouldn't mind adding them to the collection. But as I say, they are expensive. But I've got nothing but time. No rush. But absolutely just over the moon with that guy. He's definitely the centrepiece, and as I say, deserves a cube of his own at this present moment in time, because he's just an epic character. So, as per usual, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Do leave a comment. And if you like what you see in the content, do please subscribe. But remember, only if you want to. I'll catch you in the next video.